Hi stars! Today I'm going to show you how to create a garden getaway home using the SANDBOX Island house. Go from this to this. I'll show you different building tips from simple to advanced as we go. You'll learn to make a pond your pets can drink, bathe, and play in. Learn to make different flowers to decorate your home. Let's get started. Open My Homes menu. Select the Build House menu and scroll down to the SANDBOX Island. It costs $2,250. Go to the Edit House menu and click the Tools icon. Click the cog icon and click the menu to Sell All Furniture. This only removes a few trees and rocks. The trees and bridges and rocks that are left cannot be deleted, selected, or edited. For very large builds, I use the jetpack vehicle because it doesn't bounce around as much as a flying pet. Flying makes it easier to resize and move around the large cubes I use to make the new ground. You can't build outside the invisible border, which is outside the rocks surrounding the island, but you will have plenty of room inside the border to make gigantic builds. In the Edit House menu, go to Stuff, Shapes, Plane Shapes, and place a large cube in the water. In default dragger mode, expand the large cube to be giant size. This will be grass, so paint the cube green. Use advanced move mode to sink the cube to ground level. Use medium placement grid size to get the right height. You want your grass high enough to cover the sand without blocking the main door. Use the Clone Selected tool to copy the cube. Use advanced move mode to arrange your cubes, so they all stay the same height. Don't try to line up cubes exactly. They can overlap because they're the same height. Repeat the clone and move steps to make a big, grassy island. If you accidentally double-click a cube or use default dragger, it will jump to ground level. Click the undo icon to fix it. Leave an open area of water to make a pond later. You can make more grass later by cloning more of the cubes. Make your buildings first. Visit my channel to watch easy-to-follow step-by-step tutorials for building this 2-story cabin and this bungalow for visitors to your garden getaway. I want a lot of bungalows so my friends and guests have a place to camp. Select your original bungalow. Make a clone of the bungalow. Only use Advanced Move and Advanced Rotate to move your clone away from the original bungalow and place it in a new location. Be sure your clone isn't touching any rocks or trees before you find the right spot and deselect it. You can switch to medium or small placement grid size to get the perfect position. Repeat the process until you have all the bungalows you want. Use clones of the grass cubes to shape the pond. Use a large slab to make a dock. Place it in the pond with the default dragger and shrink it so it just shows above the water. Center the slab so you have room for slopes on each side, and slide it under the grass until it's the length you like in the water. Place medium steps on the dock at the edge of the pond. Switch to Advanced Move and Medium Placement Grid to place the steps. Get a large 22.5-degree wedge from Plane Shapes. Place it in the water next to the dock and paint it the same green as the grass. Use Advanced Move to line the wedge up with the dock and the ground level. Make a clone of the wedge and use Advanced Move to place it on the other side of the dock. Get a pet water bowl and paint it blue to hide it under the water. Shrink it to hide it better. Use Advanced Move to place it under the surface of the water. Test the height with a pet to see if it looks like your pet is drinking from the pond. When it's the right height, clone it and place more water bowls along the slopes. You'll need to see the water bowl underwater to select it. Place them so you can see the action buttons from the dock, and far enough apart that pets have room to drink without overlapping each other. Use the selection box to select a bowl if you shrunk them too much to select normally. Use the same method to place cheap pet bathtubs under the water surface at the end of the dock. Use advanced rotate if you want the tubs to face another direction. Test the height by switching to a baby. If your head is above the water, then it's the right height for pets too. Place shrunken pianos under the surface so pets and babies can complete the playground task by playing in the water. If your head is above water as a baby, then it's the right height for most pets and eggs. To complete the pet care area, I'm using botanical pet beds and botanical pet food bowls because this will be a garden when I'm done. You can paint these if you like. I wanted a water lily for my pond, but I couldn't find a tutorial. I made a tutorial video you can find on my channel if you want to learn to make a water lily like this. Always use advanced move to move custom builds like this. I placed the water lily on the surface of the water and made a couple of clones. I made an extra clone and deleted the flower on top to make a lily pad for a frog. I'm going to shrink a pet display stand and paint it green to hide it in the lily pad. I love how this turned out. I'm using trees and shrubs to hide the posts and border the pond. Using botanical tables is an inexpensive way to cover these two bushes with a lot of flowers. First, shrink the table and paint it. Set the placement grid size to medium or small, and use advanced move and advanced rotate to place flowers around the bush. I learned to make the Jewel of Tibet and dandelion fluff in a Kaida Milano video. I made a step-by-step tutorial video if you want to learn to make these. Place a 4-leaf plant on the ground for a patch of these flowers. I'm painting it to match the stem and shrinking it to fit the space. Fill the patch with different sized clones of your original flower. You can clone a piece of the stem to make it longer if you want. You can lower the bottom leaves if you need to hide stems underneath. I'm shrinking a pet display stand to add a dragonfly to the flower patch. When you shrink a pet display, the pet will be full size, and you can click on the pet to select and move the stand. I wanted to have the dragonfly up in the flowers, but I couldn't hide the display stand well enough, so I placed the dragonfly on the leaves at the bottom. Every pond needs a turtle on a log. I'm using 2 botanical tables painted different colors to decorate this bush with flowers. Visit my channel to watch my tutorial video on how to make flowers with different tables. Clone the flowers and move them with advanced move and advanced rotate to decorate the whole thing. Shrink some pet display stands to add butterflies and bees to your flowers. Visit my channel to see a step-by-step tutorial for making these basic flowers. You can make any size and color. Use Queensland rubber trees or paradise plants to make a leafy patch to place your flowers. Paint them to match the stems. Resize them to match your flowers. Lower them into the ground to hide the vases at the bottom. Make clones of your flower and paint them any color you like. Always use advanced move to move clones. Use advanced move to place your flowers in the leafy patch. You can make a patch of the same color or a variety of colors with this simple flower. I learned to make this sunflower in a Kaida Milano video. I made a step-by-step tutorial video on my channel if you want to make your own sunflowers. You can lengthen the stems and make a variety of sizes to make a beautiful sunflower display for your garden. Take care of all your pets' needs in your relaxing garden pond. If you enjoyed this or learned something, help others find this video by leaving a like and a comment. Visit my channel for tutorials on how to build all the flowers and buildings in this garden getaway. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, stars.